Yeah. Take up a little swing too. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Huber Opera House. We're on the main stage on this blustery Tuesday. It's the last day of March. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day, and it is time for Huber Happenings Live here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. I am Bill Murphy. Chris Feature with me and from the Huber, and we might be doing kind of a double dip today too. We'll just let people know in advance. We're going to start off as usual talking about what's happening here at the Huber Opera House, but a little bit later, we may be joined, we're not sure, but we may be joined by some people that are working on the upcoming Hicksville Heritage Days in the first weekend of June to talk about some of the events that are going to be going on with that as well. So might be a bit of a twofer, and we're hoping that we can sort of go just from like one to the other without having to stop and start up a second live stream. So we did want to let everybody be aware of that right from the get-go. And aside from that, you've been a busy lady. This is, we're closing out the month of March. We have April Fools, and there's nothing like April Fool. I mean, extra foolishness is enough to annoy anybody. Then we've got the big Easter weekend. So all of that will be coming up. But then next week, it's a show weekend. And really, you know, with, again, the fallout from April Fools, whatever might happen there, and after Easter, then you get into that sort of a post-holiday blah, where, you know, got to wait until like Memorial Day or whatever. So the following weekend, there's nothing better to pick up your spirits than a good old-fashioned murder.
Absolutely, and this is more than a murder show. It's really a farce on murder shows, and it's a comedy. Lots of fun, memorable lines. Yes, memorable lines. So we have 9 actors in the show, and it's directed by Nicole Robinson. And so we've got the set pretty much ready to go.
This is where we are right now. This is the actual set as they're getting ready for production week next week.
Right. So we have tickets available at huberoperahouse.org. And we are cutting off ticket sales next Monday, so online.
Yeah.
Because of the dinner.
Yeah.
So I have to give, Grants a number 4 days in advance. So I have to cut that off so I can give them a number on Tuesday for the show. Yes. But you can still get dinner tickets available both nights still. We still have seating available for both of those nights. And we still have seating available for the show only on all 3 nights. So so the dinner's at 6 on Friday and Saturday and 7 o'clock show. Then on Sunday, it's a 2 o'clock matinee performance, show only. So, and tickets will be available, and they'll be available at the door. So, we are hoping y'all come out and have a jolly time.
Now, again, the cutoff is coming up Monday, so you have until the Easter weekend, and that's so they can get the count in to grants. And again, after that, you won't be able to do your tickets online. You'll just have to wait to get them at the door on Friday of the show weekend. And we didn't say the name of the show.
Oh,
that just occurred to me too.
Out of sight, out of murder.
There we go. And it's sort of like a takeoff. It looks to me like one of those, what they call the old dark house type mysteries, where everybody's sort of like trapped in this creepy mansion or something like that, and then things go however they go. You know?
Well, this one's a little bit different on the premise. So it starts out with the a writer, trying to write a show. And then he magically becomes part of all of these magical characters, and they come to life on stage. So I'll just leave it at that. That's the premise, and so it's a little bit different premise than we've had before, and it kind of makes it a little bit more magical. But it's really it's funny show. It just typical characters, your ingenue and your older lady mistress and the lawyer, who's not a little shady and all of those kinds of characters. So we have lots of good characters in this show.
Excellent. So again, that is coming up next weekend. It's the weekend after Easter. Friday, Saturday, evening shows, 7 p.m. curtain. Dinner theater starts at 6, catered by Grants. 2 o'clock matinee on Sunday. And all are welcome. Please come on out and enjoy a fun show as we get ready to then head into the summer months. And well, we'll talk about that too, I guess, coming up here too. But as we get ready to wrap this one up, again, we want to encourage everybody to come out, because the best way you can support the Huber is to come out and see the shows. So we encourage you to come on out. I've been sharing, they have the cast photos that have been posted online. So it does look like it's going to be an awful lot of fun. And as you said, it's sort of a murder mystery farce with a twist.
Yes, with a twist. So, and that's April 10, 11, and 12. April 10, 11, and 12. Yeah, so hopefully you'll come out for that. And then 2 weeks later, we have another very special event going on.
Yes.
America 250 from the federal level has given states grant money, and the state of Ohio has made one of their major projects to do Ohio Goes to the Movies. So Ohio Goes to the Movies is to every county is showing a film somewhere in their county that actually is something to do with the county. So we are showing the prize winner of Defiance, and we are going to have quite a gala that night. We have a red carpet walk-in. We have a reception. And then we have an interview with the author who's no longer living that the library had done several years ago. So they have that, and we can show part of that. And we'll have some door prizes and all kinds of things going on that evening. And then, of course, our premiere of the prize winner of Defiance. To come to the reception, however, you need to have a ticket in advance. So please call the office or email us and stop in, whatever, and get your name on a ticket so that you can come to the reception. That's limited to only 100 people. So we need those tickets done in advance. The movie tickets, there'll be plenty of movie ticket
there's
seats.
lots of room here,
There's
so-
plenty of seating, so we'll have plenty of movie tickets available. But again, everything is free.
Yes.
So we encourage you to come out to a free event sponsored by Ohio Goes to the Movies through
Through the Ohio Arts Council and the American 250.
America 250. So directly through the governor's office. So that's coming up 2 weeks right after. So it's April 25th. It's a one-day event. But again, the reception at 6 and the movie will be at 7.
All right, and again, if you've never seen the film, it's a film based on a true story. The lady, it was written by her daughter about when she grew up in the Defiance area. It has a really good cast. It's actually a really well done film, and if you're from Northwest Ohio, it's also really kind of neat because they kind of went the extra mile, and they recreated like the old Chief supermarket the way it used to look in the 1950s, and you'll see all these little references because when they were getting ready to shoot the film, they didn't film a lot of it here in Defiance, in Defiance County, but they had people that were here surreptitiously, like going around all the antique dealers, and they were buying all sorts of memorabilia from the 50s and so forth. So it's a touching movie. It's again. I went to the premiere when they did it at the Northtown Mall when they first did the film, and my wife was the librarian, so she was involved with the recording of the. Well, I'll get that for you. The recording of the interview with Terry. So I mean, it's kind of neat, and so I encourage you to come on out. And it's an absolutely free show. And again, all they need to do is either stop by or give you a call if they want to get their name on one of the 100 tickets for the red carpet reception.
Correct. That's what we need. And like I said, the movie tickets are available at the door. So again, free.
And also, if this sounds interesting to you, the guidelines are really. They wanted you to show a movie. They want at least one theater in every county in Ohio to show a film, and they want the film to either be about Ohio history or to star people from Ohio or be set in Ohio. It has to have an Ohio connection.
Yeah, an author,
Yeah.
an actor, or something to do about Ohio. So, and Woody Harrelson, of course, was in it. So he is also from Ohio.
Yeah.
So kind of have a double dip there on being
And
connected
it's
to
really
Ohio.
kind of amazing, some of the big name actors who are from Ohio that from going way back even. The other thing that you can do is you can go online to Ohio Goes to the Movies, just search that, and if you want, you can get a list of all the films being shown throughout the state of Ohio. So that might be kind of a phone road trip or whatever. Maybe go hit a couple more free movies across the state and maybe see some interesting films you haven't seen before, or learn some things about the state you didn't know.
Yeah, because this has been going on. I mean, there's already been a few screenings, but This is going on all year, so they're all over. So if you're planning a trip, maybe you plan one somewhere else, and they're all it's all free
All right.
because of the grant money that's available.
All right, sounds great. Now, the next thing that we wanted to talk about, because we're going to, I guess, focus on the performances first. So we've got the murder mystery coming up. We've got Ohio Goes to the Movies. Then we'll sort of skip over what's going to be happening for Heritage Days because. We're going to hopefully talk about that a little bit later. But then you're going to be into the summer months, and that means the summer youth theater workshops.
Well, the Summer Youth Theater Workshops really kicks off now with registration.
Yeah.
So if you're interested,
My first question. The little one
the little
is
ones,
the one that fills up fast.
it
And I know that
does. It does.
Yeah.
It's for 6 through 13-year-olds. This year it's called Twinderella. So it's really about the stepdaughter, not the stepdaughter. I'm sorry, the son, who also has step brothers, and so it's kind of a twist on. It's the twin of Cinderella. So it's really a cute little show, and so we're expecting. I'm already getting registrations in for those.
Okay.
It is limited to about like 45 kids, so it really fills up fast. And I've already got probably at least 10 in.
Okay.
So I know it's early, but June comes fast. So that's the first 2 weeks in June.
So the registration for that is available online, or the information is
They
online?
just need to contact us or come in and get a registration
Okay.
form.
All
Either
right.
way. So I
So-
can email it out, or they can pick
That
one
sounds
up.
good. And again, the Huber box office is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. until noon, and you can call that number, the Huber number, anytime, and leave a voicemail, and somebody will get back to you as soon as possible. So,
Absolutely.
So that you do the littles first,
Yes.
and then the older kids, which are the 14 through 20-year-old, they're doing. I moderated a trivia contest, and one of the questions were they wanted the top 3 most popular plays performed at the high school level, and the number one, the most performed popular show, is what we're going to be putting on here at the Huber later this summer.
Yeah, it's Hadestown Teen. Now, Hadestown for adults is not available yet to be produced because, of course, they're still playing. But a Hadestown's Teen version is. So we are going to be doing the Hadestown Teen Show, and that is for our 14 to 20-year-olds. So that's coming up. We'll have auditions for that the first weekend in May. It's April 30th and May 2nd, Thursday and Saturday. So that's auditions for that. And then you could still, even if you don't want to audition for a main part, you could still be in the academy.
Yeah.
And sign up and be one of our cast members. And, that particular academy really addresses, the kids do their own costuming, a lot of it. They do, they learn about how to build the set. They do the painting. They do all of those
It's a really
backstage extra.
immersive
It
thing,
is very immersive. I even usually have 2 or 3 of the kids that help me with the program and the playbill and the advertising and all of that. So it's a very immersive type program that really exposes a lot of the other things you can do with theater besides just be on stage.
So again, what I guess what we're trying to say is, if you have any interest at all, don't be afraid to come on out. Nobody's going to force you to be on stage if you don't want to be. If you want to give it a try, you never know. I mean, it gets under your skin sometimes. It can be a surprising thing. Again, and that's always neat to come to watch these shows, because when you watch, you need to sit down, you need to think that everything that you're seeing has been done by these kids that are doing the show. They're doing the lights, they're doing the sound, they're doing the tech, they're doing the backstage stuff, they're doing all this sort of stuff, and they do such a great job year after year. It's really a fun thing to come and experience.
Yeah, and it gives these kids so much experience between this and the school shows that they do. Some of the kids, by the time they're sophomores, have a dozen shows under their belt already. So it's really becomes a real outlet for the kids to do that. We meet during the day for both programs, so Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, except for, of course, Tech Week, because we have adults that come in and do help with some things, and we have to have them here in the evenings. But it's just a really fun, and these kids come from all over, and they can't wait to see each other every year.
Yeah, they do. They're at different schools, but this is sort of like the all-star type thing or whatever. They all get to be able to get together. And again, you have a lot of your older kids that volunteer to help with the younger kids as well. The younger kids just have the one performance, which is the last Thursday, June 11th. But the Hadestown will be more of a regular type show with multiple. They'll have two performances.
We have two performances, July 18 and 19. So that's a Friday night and a Saturday night and a Sunday afternoon. Matinee. So that'll be in July. So it kind of gives them a feel of the whole show experience.
Awesome. So again, if you have youngsters between 6 and 13, you don't hesitate. Don't wait around too long. Get in contact with the Huber. Get those registration forms filled out and turned in for your kids to participate. And if you're in the 14 to 20 year range, April 30th, the auditions here at the Huber. And again, all this information that we've been talking about is online at huberoperahouse.org.
And in the headliner.
Yes, which is also posted on the website if you don't have the actual physical copy, but you can pick those up here as well and around town too. Yes, so that takes us through most of the summer then, and then we head towards the fall, and you've got a really cool fall show.
Yeah, Footloose. Yeah. And that's for, all ages. So probably not the very youngest kids, but a lot of the teens and adults of all ages available for that. We have not set an audition date for that yet, but it'll probably be very late July or very 1st of August. All right. So after we wrap up Hadestown.
Yeah. and for the Hadestown auditions, do the kids need to have a song prepared, or do they need to, what do they have to have ready when they come and audition? Probably most of them already know, but what would they need?
We'd like them to do a minute and a half or two of some show tune and, something, if they know Hadestown, which a lot of them do, they can sing something from that, or they could sing something similar from another show. Okay. So we just ask them to prepare that in advance, and they could just bring karaoke background or whatever on their phone and sing to that.
Yep. And then watch Footloose and start working on your dance moves for that audition, because you're probably going to need to be able to dance a little bit.
No, Julie makes everybody dance. Whether you have 2 left feet or 2 right feet, it doesn't matter. Julie will get everybody going on the dancing, so you don't have to have a lot of experience for that one.
So again, a really good lineup this year then too. I mean, between you've already had 2 great Steel Magnolias, and we've got the Murder Mystery coming up, and then you got Hadestown, and then Twinderella and Footloose. So pretty good season this year, and I know that you've already got 2027 pretty much scoped out. You're working on 2028 a little bit even, right?
Well, I'm right. Right now, I am requesting rights for our shows for 2027. I can't announce one because I do have the rights for that one. So next summer, our younger kids will be doing Susical Junior.
Okay.
So we do have the rights for that one. The other shows I don't have rights for, so I can't say anything yet, but we've requested some. So, and again, it's going to be another great lineup.
All right, terrific. So, and again, we sort of mentioned this too. You don't have season tickets yet per se, but in a way you sort of do, because there is a way that people can sort of purchase and be able to see however many shows they want.
Yeah, we have what we call a Flex Pass. So the Flex Pass you purchase for $80. That gives you tickets for the shows, and you can use that for any shows. I mean, if you have a Flex Pass and you want to use 2 of the tickets for one and 4 of the tickets for the other, that's fine. So that's our Flex Pass program, and we also then have just incorporated a new little thing called a membership. And I got to look at the list here to make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. So our membership list, it's in our program this time, starts with like $10. If you donate $10, and I'll give you a coupon for free popcorn. Okay. And then $25, 2 popcorns, and $50 discount on a ticket and a popcorn. And then we have a discount on 2 tickets and 2 popcorns. And then if it's $100, you get a free ticket. And a popcorn and a drink. All right. So we do have that kind of as a bonus. Yeah. The other benefits of the membership are that we will call you and ask you if you want tickets for each show ahead of time. And also then that, you've donated to the Huber. Yeah. It's all tax deductible and all those kinds of things. So we do have memberships now available in addition to the Flex Pass.
So, and again, the Flex Pass is nice because the Flex Pass gives you tickets to a certain number of performances, and they're not specific performances, so they can be any performance that you like. And then the membership is a way to get the discounts or get some freebies and be able to sort of enhance the experience when you come here, I guess.
Right, and another way that, if you don't have, you don't want to donate $250 to be a patron, just these 5 and 10s and 20s, add up pretty quick for us, and, with membership. So it gives you an opportunity to support the Huber in a small denomination way, which will still add up and be a great help.
All right, sounds good. So, again, great lineup of shows and a lot of ways to be able to come and enjoy shows at the Huber, whether you want to just take the whole, spend $80 and bring a bunch of people to one show for one night, or if you want to spread it out throughout. So you've got a lot of great options, and it's just a couple of the ways that people can support the Huber because, again, as you mentioned, there are patronages that people can purchase. You can they have the bricks, and there's many ways. And you can also donate time and the sweat off your brow if you'd like to as well.
Oh, we always take those folks, yeah. Even coming into usher, like I haven't set up my ushers for this show yet. So if anybody wants to come in and just be an usher, all you do is help people find their seats and pass out the programs. Pretty easy, and then you're here already, so you might as well watch the show.
That is true. And aside from that, there are other things that go on here at the Huber. We've got summer coming up, and of course, there's first off the Heritage Days Festival, and the Huber is once again planning on being involved with that. And you've got a few things that you've already got set up that are going to be going on in and around the Huber area.
Yeah, we're kind of an integral piece of the puzzle for Heritage Days because of the entertainment. So I work mostly with the committee on that. And I can tell you that we have Friday night. Last year we had the Hearts Band.
Yeah.
So we have another special kind of event this year. It's called Ye Olde Wrestling.
Okay.
And it's a historical perspective, and it's really a performance, but it's all based on wrestling.
Okay.
With, they actually wrestle during the show. So I think it'll be a really upbeat and fun thing. And again, that'll happen after the parade on Friday night. So as soon as the parade starts at 6, as soon as that's cleared and everybody's, clear of downtown and we can get here, around 7 o'clock or maybe a few minutes after if the parade runs long. So, but it's going to be really fun. We have.
My understanding is that it's sort of based on like the 1950s, 60s type of over-the-top wrestling they used to watch.
Yeah, or even they've done different ones. We are still working on exactly what era we're going to do. I'm working with the gentleman who actually, creates the shows, and they've done everything from the 20s to the 80s.
Okay.
So it just depends what era, but we're trying to focus on a local history. Somebody.
The guy behind the camera is a wrestler. BA for bad attitude, or he's also been known as King Kong Williams. He takes no prisoners. He's how long has it been since you've done the flying drop kick? No. My brother-in-law is our cameraman. He's a third in state twice when he was in high school as a wrestler. So, and I know they're trying to find some local connections too, because they try to customize the shows to whatever community they're in.
They do, yeah. I guess they're going to be in Edgerton here this month. Okay. So, but we're going to have them right here at the Huber and have a wrestling match right here on the floor.
There we go. That sounds good. And aside from that, too, I know that a lot of these things are still in the works, but you've also been looking at musical entertainment that might be outside on the patio, or I know that there have been some things bounced around, and maybe inside even, but still nothing really that has been set in stone.
I've got a couple of things.
Oh, okay.
So. The New Millennium Jazz Band was a real hit last year on our patio in the afternoon. So they've agreed to come back again from 12 to 2 on the patio. Now, I don't have the morning lineup set yet, but they definitely will be back to perform during our car show, which is going to be a car cruise-in this year. And so they'll be here in the afternoon on Saturday. And then so many people migrated to the park last year that we decided, well, let's take some entertainment down there. So for an hour or so before the fireworks, we have the American Legion Band of Fort Wayne coming to play, mostly patriotic. He said, well, we'll start with Stars and Stripes and end with, no, we'll start with the Star Spangled Banner and end with Stars and Stripes.
Stripes forever. Okay.
Yeah, and so he says, and then we'll mix in some other goodies in between.
right.
I said, that's great. So they will be down in the park area. We'll put them under one of the pavilion
tents or whatever,
areas. So they've agreed also to be there. So that'll add a little something more. And we really are trying to boost up more of the activities later in the afternoon on Saturday down at the park. Because some people, work during garage sales or whatever, and they still wanted to be involved. And so we're kind of having that as another piece of the puzzle that we're boosting up this year.
Yeah, and if we get the chance, because I know I sit on the committee. I'm more of a consultant, I guess, for the media coverage, whatever. But there's been a lot of talk, and it looks like there's several things that they're going to start off in and around the downtown or over at the Field of Faith. But then what they're hoping is they're going to be able to have the ability and the personnel to be able to pull up stakes, sort of, and then migrate over to the park so that people can get to the park later in the afternoon. Before the fireworks go off at dusk, and hopefully they'll have some food trucks that'll relocate out there, and they're looking at some other things that are going to be out at Fields of Faith, whatever, that they're hoping to maybe be able to move out to that area as well, so that there'll be plenty to do when you go from point A to point B.
Right. So it's kind of a downtown celebration until about Friday at about 2 or 3. And then we'll migrate down to the park and have more partying and more fun and activities down there. I think most of the vendors and the food trucks probably will follow down there. So anything that you missed, if you're busy Saturday and you missed something uptown, then most of that will be downtown or be down at the park, starting at least around 4:30. And so, and some of the activities and games that we've had going on, I think they're going to kind of end up down at the park that afternoon. So it'll be fun.
We really are looking forward to it. This is going to be, it's not a repeat of the sesquicentennial celebration. Some of the things that were done that week are not going to be going on this coming weekend, but we're bringing in some new things. We're going to try some new stuff, and we're hoping that this is going to continue to evolve and adapt. And I think it's going to be another really fun weekend for everybody. And I know that we're all looking forward to it, and we're kind of anxious to see how some of these things are gonna work out. So that's going to be great. Now, aside from that, once the Heritage Days wrap up, are you still going to be working with the village? I honestly don't know if the village is approaching yet. Are you going to continue the patio concerts for July, August, and maybe into September?
Yeah, we just met with Natalie Yoder. Mike Barth and I did, because I provide the location. Mike actually recruits the bands and pays them, and Natalie Yoder likes to do her, ladies' night out type activities with all of the businesses in town. So we actually set some dates. One's in May, one's in September, just doing like the bookends of the summer. And so that information will all be coming out soon. I believe it's the first Thursday of each of those months.
I think that's usually what they do.
Yeah, it's usually what they do. But we're trying to do that and just do more of like a Mother's Day theme, and then in the fall more of a back to school and that kind of theme in the fall. So we'll just have those 2 patio concerts. So we won't have them in July and August when it's so hot. And so forth. Last year we didn't do June because we did the Heritage Days with all the bands. So
we had, actually there was the one that they moved inside, which was actually kind of nice. The acoustics here are wonderful, and it was pouring rain. So I mean, but still, we'll have a couple of free concerts coming up on the patio as well. And aside from that, do you have anything else that the Huber's going to? Do you have any fundraisers or anything along those lines?
Oh yeah, we've got lots coming up this fall. Well, first of all, go along with the concert part. The Senior Saints have already scheduled. I think I got that date on here. No, I don't. Okay. Oh yeah, I do. September 17th. Okay. So they are still coming in again, and then in November we have our wine tasting again.
Okay.
So, and I had talked to Mark, and he is still going to bring his beers and wine.
Craft beers,
and the wine here for this year. He said now that he's closed his business here, this will probably be the last year he can do that.
Okay.
At least for the wine. So, but we're looking forward to that in November. So that's coming up soon, and we'll have tickets probably around Labor Day Right around the 1st September, we'll start selling tickets for the wine tasting, and that's always a very fun
Yes,
night.
it is
And
very fun.
really,
It's a chance to sort of dress. I mean, you try to make it kind of a classy type of event too. So you know, a lot of people come out and they take the opportunity to dress up a little bit, and it really is an awful lot of fun.
yeah, it is. So I mean, we don't have a dress code, so
Yeah.
it's not black tie. But some people do that just to have fun for themselves, like 'cause they like to do that. So we have that, and the silent auction also again. So, and that really does give us our budget a boost
Yes.
because that really can go into some of the things that we want to do for improvements. And one of the things we're looking at right now is you can see this floor, it's plywood. And every time, I mean, I went over it kind of here and there to, get the spots up so that it's all black again. But it's getting, the paint's getting so thick on it. We painted it so many times. The paint is chipping. Like, the chunks of it are chipping off. So we're looking at another covering for this
floor,
flooring and trying to set aside money for that and those kinds of things. We've talked about an elevator possibly would be very helpful. So that's another long-term project that we're looking at with the board and trying to set aside funding for that. So we kind of earmark things as we go along and say, okay, we're going to save this money until we can get enough to do whatever it is. So, yeah, there's always, and of course, there's always just regular maintenance
Just
and
regular
upkeep.
and so forth as
Yeah,
well,
and we just, new flooring in the restrooms and things like that
And-
that
and
you don't
really-
notice, but
yeah.
they need to be done.
And really, I mean, you've made a lot of progress. People may not really realize this, but the lights that are on the stage are far and away better and much more efficient and much more cost effective than the lights that were here 10 years ago or whatever. And you've been able to upgrade the heating and the cooling systems. So, I mean, you've been able to really make some great progress so that you can have a nice, comfortable place to come see the shows, great lighting, great sound. And again, you continually improve and you make it more cost effective as well, so the dollars go farther.
Yeah, we do. We try and, the production money pretty much is what has paid for a lot of things for the stage. So that's your ticket money coming back to us. And to save, I mean, we have, actual expenses with each production, including, even the rights are quite expensive. But, our profits from those. So the more people in the seats, the more profit we have, the more things that we can add, to make this even a better. We're looking at the sound system right now as a possibility to upgrade a little bit. So with our speakers are starting to go out, and they're over 20 years old, and
And I know over the years I've had people have always asked too if you have like hearing, if you're ever going to think of the hearing assisted type of thing as well. So I mean, I know that you've been looking at that for a long time as well. And when it comes to theatrical productions, when it comes to lights, sound, audio, whatever, it is constantly being upgraded, constantly getting better and better. And sometimes the nice thing about it is you get better and it doesn't cost as much. Sometimes it's not the case, but it really is. And just the technology is kind of tough because when you have other groups come into this theater, they expect a lot of times to be able to just come in and go, okay, boop, and they plug their thing in and it's ready to go. And if you don't have that, then sometimes you maybe miss out on some performances.
yeah, that's one thing, and especially with the high school too. They've, of course they rent the facility, but again, that's money that's kind of okay. They're using their facilities for the theater, so we're kind of, some of that rent money we kind of earmark and set aside for upgrades and things. But yeah, we have, it wasn't just a couple of years ago that we got the headsets so that we could talk from up there to down here without using walkie-talkies or our phones. So, which was really clunky. So yeah, now everybody can be on the headsets and so it's a much more, I mean, we've just upgraded and upgraded and upgraded, getting more professional every step of the way to, and that's why people go, well, your productions are so much better. Well, it's better lighting, it's better sound, it's better, coordination behind stage, it's better, those kinds of things you don't see. And you have no idea what that is. And those are the kinds of things that we can upgrade and really make it look a lot more professional.
So again, the next big thing is the floor, because plywood is not the best for a stage floor. You get those booming things sometimes, and people, if depending on what shoes you wear, it makes so they actually make special stuff that's designed for stages. There's two kinds. There's the kind that you just put down, but there's other kinds where you can actually pound nails and stuff into them, and then when you pull the nails out, they like fill themselves back in.
Like self-sealing.
Yeah, so it's really pretty cool. But that's good to go. And anybody that ever wants to to sit down, or if they come by, whatever, and chat with you about your long-term goals or anything like that, you're more than happy to fill people in on what your plans and hopes are for this place.
Yes, we do. Annually, we do a strategic planning, and we go through that list, and it's always that's the time most of the time we have spent to talk about it is on that wish list, and prioritizing that. So, we prioritized what we need for this year. We always talk about it a little bit in January, and then March is the next meeting. So that's when we really had a big long talk recently, and then when we have our next meeting in May, then we'll finalize that. But it's quite a process that we go through to make sure that we're meeting the needs overall of the entire, and not just the theater, although that's primarily what we use this location for. But it could still be the anniversaries and the weddings and the all the parties and the graduations and all of those things that
and the chamber business after hours and things like that.
Things like that. Yeah.
Is there another one of those coming up? It was a lot of fun the last time.
The after hours, I don't know where they're doing it in May.
They
have
bounce
one
around, and so,
they do. I'm not sure where they're doing it the next time. We always have the Christmas one here.
That's true.
The December one
Which
here.
is sort of their wrap up where they
and
recognize their people.
And the lunch and learn in February
Yeah.
typically is here because I can see people with tables and have a speaker system and all of those things available, and good lighting.
And that makes a good point. I mean, if you have a group, an organization, a business, if you want to do a training, a seminar, if you want to, if you want to do like a family reunion and be able to show the old home movies or things like that, you can help people out. And you've got, whether you need a lot of space or just a small space, I mean, you can accommodate them.
We can. And we do have people that have come in and used, particularly if they have slideshow that they've created, for a reunion or a birthday or something like that. So we could drop the screen, and you can use a projector up there, and we can hook up, and it's it's great. It's great to have all those things available in one spot. But trainings, we've had that before here, where corporations have wanted to get people off-site at a location where they have more room than what they would have at their own facility, and then they could serve a lunch and do the whole 9 yards here.
Show a training movie,
training videos and all that kind of stuff. And the speakers, and we have the microphones that can just be not handheld, but the headsets. So all of those kinds of things are available for other uses besides just theater.
Sounds great. So once again, if you want to find out more about any of these things that we are chatting about, you can either pick up the Huber Headliner for contact information. You find those at places all around town. I know they have them in the village office. The library usually has some, I think. And but also you can go online, huberoperahouse.org, or again, you can stop by the office. The box office is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 until noon right here in downtown Hicksville, Ohio. And again, the best way to support the Huber is to come out, see the shows, spread the word. And again, if you have any interest in volunteering to the Huber, if you're looking for some place that you could help maybe support financially, just contact Chris, and you'll be more than happy to help him out.
I'd be happy to help you out. We've talked about estate planning too in the past, and that's a great way. And we've gotten in the last 5 years, we've gotten a couple lumps that we can kind of put away for the rainy day fund, and then live off the interest of that. Spend the interest off that for improvements. So that's another wonderful way to think about the Huber long term. So that's you have to talk to your people that do your will and all of that.
And that brings up another thing too, because we've talked about this off and on too. If someone comes across like some vintage clothing, like maybe old Army uniforms, something like that, or if they have something that they come across, like an old candlestick phone or an old time radio or something like that, and they can get a hold of. You're not going to guarantee that you're going to take it off their hands, especially for clothing, because you've got a lot of stuff up there. But there are certain things that you kind of keep your eyes out for, and then there are certain items that you'd be happy to accept as a donation to put in the prop locker.
Well, actually, right now we're looking for 60s clothes.
Okay.
So, 50s and 50s, 60s, 70s, because that's an era that now is vintage.
Okay.
Unfortunately, although I wore all those eras, but those are considered vintage, and people want to get rid of stuff that actually doesn't have to be like 1920s or 1890s. It can be more recent.
Yeah.
Larger men's things are
Okay.
always an issue. It seems like the boys that we get to be in the shows are like our football players, and they're huge shoulders. And so yeah, those kinds of things that we can use. Shoes actually, depends, but it depends. So, but you could offer, and we could see, and if not, anything that people go, well, just take them, and I go, okay. Anything that we don't use, we take it across the street.
To the bargain box. And so one way or another,
One way or
it'll be
another,
put
they
to
get
good
to-
use.
that's right.
All right. So again, make your plans now. Again, you can still get your tickets online, and you can still get dinner theater tickets. I think that, we've got some of our Heritage Days people that are showing up, so we'll have them come on up here to join us. And but again, HuberOperaHouse.org. You can get your tickets purchased. You can get your reservations in for the dinner theater. Those will close again on the Monday after Easter, and we hope you come out and enjoy the show coming up next weekend. So we're going to kind of switch gears here. And see if I can stand up for a bit. I'm not sure who all is going to be joining us. Yeah. So the other thing that we wanted to touch on is coming up again in the first weekend of June, and that is it's going to be the first annual Hicksville Heritage Days. Now, last year at the same time, that first weekend was the sesquicentennial celebration, and that went over so well that nobody wanted it to be the end. They wanted to continue on and have some sort of an early summer festival that people could come and enjoy. So they've renamed it. Now it's Hicksville Heritage Days because they can use that name over and over and over again. There's going to be a lot of similarities and some new stuff. And we thought as we are getting closer to the actual dates coming up that we would maybe have some people join us to talk about some of the things that are going to be going on as part of Heritage Days. So I've got people hanging around. They're just out of camera range. They're in. Okay. Well, come on over. I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm Colleen Richter,
Hi, Colleen. How are you? Colleen is from the Historical Society.
but today I'm here from the Peacemakers Quilt Group.
Okay, that will work out as well. And you are?
I'm Tom Battershell with the Historical Society as well, yes.
Okay, so they are here because there's stuff going on to benefit the Historical Society, and you've got your quilting thing. So why don't we start with the quilting and tell us about what you've got going on?
Okay, this is the 26th year that the Peacemakers have quilted together in Hicksville. We meet at Grace Church. We're non-denominational. I'm a Lutheran, and they let me come anyway.
Okay.
But we make quilts for other people. If there's a need that we can help with, we give them a quilt. They
Okay.
can raffle it off, or if somebody has a disaster, a burnout, give them a quilt. It's comforting. It may not solve all the problems, but they're nice and
Yeah.
warm. And so we haven't had a quilt show for 3 years, so we're having one June 5th and 6th
Okay.
at Grace. It's an $8 admission charge. We are a nonprofit group, and we
Okay.
have to get some funds
Yeah.
from someplace, So, but we don't keep any of that money. It
Yeah.
all gets spent for other people. The show will run Friday from 10 to 3 and Saturday from 10 to 1. At 11 o'clock each day, Lois Levine, who's a quilt restoration expert, will be on hand to give a talk about the fabric makes the quilt. And
Okay.
she talks about dating fabrics, how you can tell how old a quilt is by certain features. And she also does quilt autopsies.
Okay.
If somebody has an old quilt that they don't know
I
about.
was about to ask that. Yeah. So if you have like this, you have great-grandma's old quilt and you want to bring it in, can this be salvaged or?
Right, and
Okay.
Lois will tell you how old it is, she'll date the fabric, she'll look at the damage, tell you how it can be fixed, because
Okay.
she does that.
Okay.
She does museum quality work, actually. So we're really thrilled to have her. She will also be vending,
Okay.
which quilters always like to be able to come and buy more fabric.
Yeah, all
Nobody
right.
ever has enough. Uh, So that's what's going on with the quilt show. But also in the church, those same hours, those same days, will be the Peacemaker's Pie Shop. And this is
Okay.
something new. The Grace Kitchen ladies are going to have pie and other desserts,
Okay.
coffees, teas, ice water, that sort of thing. There's no charge for this. People can come and sit down, have some refreshment, and get off their feet when they've been out running around town at the garage sales or whatever. So we think this is kind of a nice break that people
right.
can have, and the funds from that will go to them.
All right, that sounds good. And now for the quilt show, I'm assuming you're going to have all sorts of different types of quilts on display. Are there going to be quilts that might be available for purchase? Are you going to be raffling off a quilt or two, or?
We're raffling off a quilt.
Okay.
It was stitched, the top was stitched together and partially hand quilted by Loretta Scott, who's no longer with us.
Okay.
She was instrumental in our group for all the years that we were together. So we're finishing that hand stitching, and we will raffle that quilt off.
Okay.
There will be some quilts for sale. There's another group that comes over, and that's how they get their money, is
Okay.
by selling quilts. You asked me something else. What was that?
No, I just wanted to know if they were going to have, if there would be
Yes.
quilts available for
There
purchase.
will be.
And if you were going to be raffling anything off.
Yep,
So sounds like a fun thing. Again, this is Grace Church, and what are the days and the hours one more time?
June 5th, 10 to 3, June 6th, 10 to 1.
All right, and $8 admission charge, but all that money goes back to the quilting group and helps them cover their expenses and continue the work that you do.
Right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we're going to talk to the Historical Society, even though we just talked to the Historical
This is
Society.
the president. of the
Yes,
Historical
I know.
Society.
She sends me emails. Can you please mention this? Can you please mention that? Now, the Historical Society is also going to be involved with a lot of these things. Maybe not quite to the extent that you did for the 150th anniversary celebration last year, but once again, you're going to have there's going to be the dinner at the Handle Factory.
Correct.
And some other things going on in and around with the Historical Society.
Yeah, the main thing is probably our dinner on Thursday night at
Okay.
6 o'clock. So the theme this year is the Barbershop Quartet. So a friend of mine, Steve Kaduk, has got us 2 quartet groups that are going to
Okay.
perform. So that's interesting. They're all from the tri-state area, so that'll be interesting. The food's going to be catered in, of course.
Yep.
And before I go on too much more, it's a $50 a ticket to get in, and it's going to be similar to that of last year, but this year it's going to have the barbershop theme.
Yeah.
And one of the bonuses we get this year is Frank Hotsteller has a vast array of barbershop history. So he's going to bring some of his razors, chairs, whatever he deems, and we'll
Okay.
have that on display that night. And then some of the other fun things we will have a bid for who wants to get a shave in front of everybody.
Okay.
We're going to have a beard contest.
Yeah.
So Jamie Henderson up there at the Barbershop Ministry is going to shave some lucky guy,
Okay.
whoever wants to bid for it.
Yeah.
And so
Because
I think,
all I was thinking is, you're going to get some guy that's going to get into that 1880s barber chair, and they're going to flip him back and get that straight razor out.
and you know what? I'm hoping it's going to be me
Yeah.
because I've never had that, and that's a little bucket list for me.
I've had a couple of and let me tell you, if the man, that's a shave. You don't shave for a week afterwards. I mean, talk
Yes.
about a close shave.
And I'm ready for that. I
Yeah.
know if I'm lucky enough to get it. But Jamie Henderson's really good at that,
Awesome.
so he's nice
Yeah.
to do that for us. And also, we're hoping that when people come, they sort of dress for that time period.
Okay.
So I know the last year when we had that, it was amazing of some of the costumes that people wore. So I hope that continues. We're going to encourage everybody
Yeah.
to dress during that barbershop time.
right.
So.
So again, unlike last year, you had all the Hicksville memorabilia. So this year it's going to be the barbershop memorabilia.
Correct.
And 2 barbershop quartet groups will be performing.
Yep.
And again, the catered meal and the desserts and everything else. And
Oh, you
it's-
gotta have the
Yeah, it's
desserts.
$50 per. It's $50 per person.
Correct.
To come on out and just enjoy. And again, that sort of kicks things off. Then that'll be the initial night of our Heritage Days on Thursday.
And we're also going to have the land office and St. Paul's
Okay.
Church open during that time. And I think it's Friday 10 to 3 and Saturday 10 to 1. So we'll have both buildings open and people can sort of look around, ask questions, because our big fundraiser, which we're going forward with, is getting the stained glass windows
Yes.
redone. So
Okay.
we can tell a lot of people about that. And we'll have a self-guided brochure too.
Yeah.
So if people want to go around, it'll be the same one as last
So
year.
you can sort of go around and see the various sites around the building.
Yes.
Do I remember correctly, was there talk about the lady and her family that had the Civil War era letters returning to have those on display again? Because it was surprising how many people were interested in seeing those when she brought them the first time.
And the good thing is she's found more.
Okay.
So since the last time we met was a year ago, she's found a whole lot more artifacts that she's wanting to share. So if anybody wants to know about the local history of the Civil War, how it was affected in this area, she's going to be the perfect person to ask. And she's got a lot of information because I think a lot of her files and stuff was really wanted by the University of Michigan. So there's a lot of people after it. So if you want some good information about Civil War around this area, show up. You won't be disappointed.
All right, terrific. So
Incidentally, she will just be at the Huber Friday from 2 to 5.
Friday from 2
And
to
that's
5.
the only time she's going to be here.
Okay.
So mark that on your calendar as well. And again, great things going on for the Historical Society, a great way to support them and have some fun to kick off Heritage
It'll be a
Days.
lot of fun.
Well, thanks for coming by and
Yes,
stopping
thanks for
with
having
us.
us.
Thank you as well. It's always a pleasure, Colleen.
Thank you.
I'm going to have Mayor Michael Barth join me.
Bill, thank you for being here.
Hey, it's a pleasure, Mike. Now, when we did the sesquicentennial last year, was it kind of a surprise? It didn't surprise me that when it was done, everybody was like, "Man, we should do this all the time." But did you think that we would be able? You would be able to keep the core group together to do it? Because it looks like you've really established a good working group that's really accomplished a lot.
Absolutely. The committee that we formed last year to make that sesquicentennial such a success came back again this year, most of them, and it's getting bigger and better. We had so many people reach out to us and say, "Hey, can we do this again? Can we make it an annual thing?" And we were just so pleased with the turnout, and everybody seemed to have such fun and joy being a part of the community during that festival and celebrating Hicksville's history and everything. So yeah, it was a no-brainer to bring it back again for this year.
We have such a
So,
wonderful community. We have a great downtown. We have a great business district. And so why not show it off, you know,
Absolutely.
when you get the opportunity?
Absolutely. This year's kind of theme, though, is America's turned 250th, anniversary or birthday kind of thing. So we're kind of celebrating that. Most everything that we did last year, the parade, the food trucks, the vendors, the fireworks, most of that stuff, the blow-ups, Night of Lights is coming back. The car show, like I said, the music groups, lots of new things, and we've added some new things. We wanted to make some things unique too, but keep some of the things that were happening last year. But Ohio Northern University, along with the Defiance Health Center, and I believe ProMedica is part of that. They're setting up a free health screening clinic there. It's going to be at the Hicksville Bank drive-through parking lot on Saturday from 10 to 2. All of their services, all of their screening is free to the public, so that's something new. But we want to bring.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I was going to say, in addition, there's stuff that's going to be happening out at the park before fireworks on Saturday night. I know the Scouts have been talking about maybe doing some chicken halves,
Right.
and some of the food trucks are thinking about migrating out there, and there's going to be music out there too. So it'll be there'll be a little more to do out at the park as we wait for the fireworks. And the fireworks are all set.
They're
They're
all
ready
set
to
up,
go.
rolled up again. That's been a tradition. Corey Wan started that during Day in the Park, and we're thankful that he's brought that to our community. We can carry that tradition on. A lot of people enjoy the fireworks, but we're planning on having some blow-ups there at the park this year. Cornerstone Church is helping with that. Like I said, the food trucks. We're trying to get some sporting events going, maybe pickleball or basketball, volleyball. The water, the water park should be open then, and some food vendors, like I said, some bands. Bruce Silcott with his DJ equipment's going to be down there.
Right.
But it was so neat to see so many people come and utilize the park and come together as a community. After the car show was over and the downtown kind of got soft and what I
kind of slowed down.
it did, but you could see people moving to the park, and that was so nice, and it was a blessing for that. So, all that good stuff's happening. So,
right.
if anybody knows of something they would like to do, they definitely encourage you to be in the parade. You can just show up at the fairgrounds again, like we did last year, have a booth, help some way down at the park. Want to plan an activity or something like that, please don't hesitate to call.
Because I was wondering about that, because I know that some of those inflatables might be out at the Field of Faith.
Correct.
And it might be one of those things
That's
where
on
you're
Friday, Saturday
gonna
morning.
drop them,
Yep.
pull up the stakes, and then
Yep.
move them
Move
out.
'em.
And that might take some people to help.
Yeah.
You might need some volunteers to be
Yeah.
able to participate in that as
Absolutely.
well. And I know that right now they're working on getting a lot of stuff finalized, and hopefully there'll be a printed brochure that we'll be able to start sharing with people and put up around town within the next, by the end of this month. I would say, we would still have the entire month of May before this, but I know a lot of people are really working hard to get things scheduled.
Yep.
And as you mentioned, there's going to be a parade. They're going to do the cruise in downtown with the cars, fireworks out at the park, the Night of Lights at the Field of Faith. So stuff going on literally all throughout the Hicksville community, and hopefully some of our downtown businesses might stay open a little extra hours. There'll be Diane Collins. She's got like, I don't know, a bunch of food trucks.
They do. She's really stepped up and got quite a few more food trucks. And like I said, we've got great restaurants downtown.
Yeah.
We want them. They were heavily patronized last year, and with Red Angel and Lapita's. I'm gonna forget somebody probably, but the Chinese and
we got the
now
Fat Pig downtown,
Fat Pig
too.
Barbecue
Yep.
now, and Two Bandits. With their beer and everything. So we want to utilize and support local businesses.
Yeah.
And have the food trucks and everything. But something else I forgot is the fire department always does their breakfast Saturday
Yeah.
morning, and I'm pretty sure they're planning on doing that again, and they had
Okay.
a nice turnout for that. So Saturday morning the 6th, support your local fire department, EMS department, and have breakfast down there.
Yeah.
They do work hard to have that done and get to see some equipment and different things like that.
Yeah,
So,
because might get the new fire truck. I don't know if it'll be here
It
yet or
won't be
not,
here yet,
but
no.
but you'll be able to see what
Right,
it's
maybe
going to
a
look like.
picture, right? We
Yeah,
can have some posters.
you'll be able to see the
Yeah,
mock-up or
yeah,
whatever.
absolutely.
But that's still a ways out. But
Yeah, a couple years.
still a lot of fun. A lot of neat stuff going on, and really a lot of people to thank. And you obviously, and people that have been helping out from the chamber. We mentioned Diane Collins, Randy from the Scouts. And it's just a lot of people putting in a lot of time
Oh,
and
they
a
do.
lot of
They
effort
do.
to make this a really terrific 3-day weekend. Again, it'll start Thursday and run through fireworks on Saturday night. So,
Oh, absolutely. If it wasn't for these different organizations and the committee coming together, we couldn't put this on. It's too much to do for just a couple people. But Chris is a huge, Chris Victor here at the Huber, keeps everybody organized and sends out the meeting minutes. And I can't thank the committee and the town and everybody who helps participate, HIX-TV and you, and how much time they put into this to make this festival.
Yeah, we're more than happy because it's a great time for us. It gives us a chance. We have so many people that are not able to come back they're from Hicksville or they have Hicksville roots. They like to be able to see the live streams and see how the town looks and everything else. And the other thing I wanted to make mention too is, as you sort of alluded to, if there are people out there that maybe would like to maybe set up a table to be a vendor, or if they might have a food truck, or if they would like to maybe participate, all they need to do is they can contact you at
Call
the
me
village
mayor's
office.
or at the Tribune,
yeah.
and I can send them to the right committee person to
Yeah.
get them set up, to get them a place to be.
Yeah, all right. And the
Very
same goes, you can contact HIX-TV through our social media. You could probably drop an email or leave a message on the machine here at the Huber Opera House for Chris as well. So if you want to participate, we're going to try to get as many people involved as we possibly can.
The more the better, absolutely. Did I forget anything, Chris? Did I forget anything?
I don't know. What'd you say?
I think, well, this is the first, we're hoping that we're going to have at least one or two more of these type preview shows as we get a little closer and we get more things set in stone. But again, I want to thank Mike, I want to thank Chris, I want to thank everybody on the committee. And I want to thank you also for including me this year. It's been a lot of fun. We meet once a month, and then in May we're going to be meeting like every week, I think, or something like that. But a lot of effort going through, and we invite everybody to come and join us in Hicksville. This is Hicksville Heritage Days, and it's our heritage we share with everybody. So all are welcome.
I do remember. I want to thank the people that donate money and finances for to buy the fireworks and help with some of the marketing and everything that goes into this. We have a lot of companies and people that help support it that way. Hicksville Chamber of Commerce is a big supporter, along with their organization. But yeah, I don't want to forget the people that donate can make this possible. So yes, absolutely. Thank you, everybody.
So yeah, and again, if you'd like to make a financial contribution too, just get a hold of Mike at the village as well. So with that, we're going to wrap up our live stream. It was a little longer than usual, but because we sort of doubled up. But I want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, I want to thank Chris for the Huber Happenings Live for the first half hour. And I want to thank Mike and everybody from the Hicksville Heritage Day Committee joining us and talking about the upcoming Heritage package days as well. And I can hear the rain pounding against the back behind us, so the stormy weather has arrived as well. So drive safely for the rest of this afternoon. Thanks again so much for joining us. As always, take care, stay safe, and I will talk to you again real soon right here on HIX-TV.